to murder and intrigue and mystery in the City of Doors. Sigil, the epicenter of the multiverse.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Uh-oh. I need something to spin my... You highlight as much as you like, Ginkgo. We're always happy to have you. Alright. So, without further ado, we left off on a little bit of a hanger. The discovery of Yulem beaten near death and stuffed into a wall in the printing press of the Daily Chant, quote unquote. One of you was able to get a little information out of him psychically, as is your shtick. And I believe that's honestly pretty much where we left off. So.
Yeah, after we saw the Immortals and visited that other crime scene, yes.
Yes. Yes, not to belittle any of that.
Because I'm sure that's going to be important later. Hey.
Nah, that was all flavor.
They were just hanging out. They come through now and then.
I'm just going to keep taking meticulous notes and hope that you're kidding.
Of course I am.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what was the name of that fourth Immortal? Oh, let me look at page 2 of my notes.
There were a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Did you remember all of them? Because it's important. I mean, you talked to one of them for like 20 minutes. How do you not know his name?
Did you actually get his name? I don't think anyone asked his name.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage now because you forgot his name.
We did not ask his name. We know his model.
Yeah, there you go. Dude, 16492. So, Nil was interrogating and or questioning. Had found out some interesting tidbits, but has yet to share. Where do we go from here, detectives?
Jimmy is hovering expectantly over both Nil and Ilem.
Okay. I may have been wrong about a few things.
What?
Okay, I was wrong about many things. About a lot of things, actually. Chief on that list being the eye box isn't evil.
I mean, are you sure on that one? There is some slot in there.
Well, look for yourself. Vibe check him. How do you fail the vibe check that hard? And then how did I get that wrong? How? What do you mean?
Jimmy is going to look intently at Ilem and attempt to perform a vibe check.
Those big, unblinking eyes staring at you.
He looks back at Nil. I'm really not picking anything up.
How? He's right here.
Well, I'm pretty good with faces, and he doesn't have one.
Not in the
I mean, he
classical
does,
sense.
but he's a Modron.
Yeah,
Not in the classical sense, anyway.
doesn't usually have emotions on it. What do you mean, Nil?
I mean, the entire time that he was creeping us out, he was trying to look out for us. I mean that when he deposited the dead body at Stapleton Investigations, it's not like he was the one who killed it. We just couldn't get a straight answer out of him. So it was a constant struggle, and we thought that he was the enemy.
Out of character, we did know, like, in that conversation, whenever all of that happened, that Elim was only the delivery person. We were able to figure that out eventually, that he wasn't the one who killed Sly Nye.
Let's just rewind that and fix it. In post.
Did occur.
Rewind
Jimmy
it
says,
back.
"Yeah, I knew he wasn't like he didn't have it out for us. He was just a weird guy. I mean, he helped me down into the sewers. He got us the heart. I never really knew what he was up to, but he was all right."
This is
I
true.
spent several months trying to get him to leave me alone when all he was trying to do was to protect me. Welcome to my hell.
It's a fair
Welcome.
mistake.
Welcome. Welcome.
He
you
saved his
kidding
life.
me?
You're even.
Are you kidding me?
Uh,
How many I'm sorries do you do?
that looks like a life saved to me.
This is fair.
But more details if you have them, Nil. See if you can get a little bit more along the lines of who was he protecting you from? Why'd he get roughed up so bad and shoved in the wall? Details.
He was trying to get Hicks out before anyone saw. The other Elim did this to him as they broke everything. Which is YLEM. Just fix that everywhere in my notes.
It's a nice
How do
little,
you spell that?
nice little picture of him right there.
Yeah, he's got a good look. Does he know why the Modron were organized here doing this, running off a kind of sloppily written paper for the benefit of the hive?
Yes, he does.
Can you tell me?
I don't know. Do you know?
But
Can you
please
tell us
ask
why?
him. Please
Like, I'm
ask him.
sure he knows. I just haven't gotten that information yet. He
No,
has to have
here,
a directive.
Let me get out of your hair. Go on. Yeah, ask.
Lim's just standing there going back and forth watching you guys. He looks like he's watching a tennis match.
That used to be annoying, but now it's so endearing. That's so cute. I'm just like, so why? Why?
Query unclear. Please specify.
Ah, he's back in talking condition. Good.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go deal with this in my own head. Over here. This is news. This is big news. The Major feels bad, but it's big news.
He doesn't seem to have taken it personally.
Yeah, just
Does Nil walk off?
Neil just walks away, and over in the corner you hear this conversation going between the master and Chris for no apparent reason.
Is the master still standing over here?
The master's like on a corner, like muttering to his shoulder for reasons that will become clear in just a second.
Right. Talking to snakes is what you do.
Yeah, he's like, "Can I have a pet?" And then the master turns and looks over there like, "No." And he's like, "Why?"
Alright. Jimmy hunkers down next to him. How you been, bud?
Some functions have been restored.
Yeah. Glad to see that. You're an oddball, but I like to see you around the city now and then.
I am Cube.
You've got me there. You've got me there. You're an odd cube. What were they doing here, Lim? This paper has been causing us a little bit of trouble lately.
command line has been changed.
If we'd follow that command line back, who issued it?
Hmm. He's trying. He's actually straining as you watch him. Like he's even looks a little confused. Like he's trying to say something, but it's just not working.
Let me guess.
Yeah, forget about that for a moment to them. What's 2 times 27?
Oh no, you're hitting me with math questions.
Jimmy is concerned that he has been hit with
The
a
feeble
spell
mind.
we've seen a little bit.
Sympathy oof though still. Because I was like, wait a second. 50?
54. He answers. Sorry.
Alright.
I actually had to think
Good.
about it for a second.
Of course, of course.
I was like, wait, what? Basic
And she rubs
math,
his
my
face for a
nemesis.
moment. Mental function still intact? Mostly.
I am at 47% optimum operational capacity.
Good. Good.
Good?
He's
47?
children. 47% is probably pretty good. We met your big brothers a little while ago.
Do not.
I don't know if word really gets around.
They did not see Elim?
I hope not. They might have taken offense.
They did not see Elim.
Yes. We saw them, though. We are stuck into the same trouble, apparently.
Elysium.
What about Elysium?
Elysium is next.
You don't
Oh.
say.
But
Do you know who will represent Elysium?
No longer matters.
Oh, that's a bad sign. Jimmy bites his lip for a moment. I know you don't do too well with open-ended questions, but do you know anything that you can tell us? The name seems to be a little stuck in you, and I have a suspicion as to why, but...
So, as you ask that, his eyes kind of drift around the room, and he lingers on each one of you, kind of one by one, visually. And he looks back at you, Jimmy, and says, "It knows who you all are."
it.
I believe I've been getting the messages lately. Likes to speak to me through the mimirs, you see.
No. Detective Callon. You with the mouth. The Jimmy, the dead man. The one from Cairn.
Oh, no charges.
It knows you.
Does it know me from long ago or more recently?
It knows Jimmy. It knows the Master. It knows Nil. It knows Kasey Stone. It knows Bryn. It knows...
Oh,
Jimmy makes a
whoa.
Who's Bryn, Mo?
That's intentional. But then he goes on, he says, it knew Kong. and it knew Pohan.
Why the past tense? Why the past
Wait.
tense? Why are you saying this in the past tense? Why are you saying this in the past tense?
It knew. That's no good.
It knows you, Stapleton Detective Agency.
Huh.
Yeah, Bryn may be invisible, but her eyes are wide and she's just kind of trembling like a leaf at this moment.
Why would you say that in the past tense? Why would that be the things that you say? Why wouldn't you use that in the present tense? They're still alive, right?
Ilum.
Right?
So is this Master or Nil freaking out? Just so I can specify.
Nil, and then the master's like, what? Just kind of behind the scenes, like, what's going on here? This is weird.
So
Ilum.
he looks at he looks at Nil as she's in mid freak out and says,
They
Elysium is done.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Jimmy gets down close to him and he says, "Buddy, can you do me a favor?"
What's that?
Can you say the name Zill?
Zill?
Yes, I asked him to say the name Zill.
Ooh, this is good. This is good. This is good. Say it.
Zill,
Zill. Okay.
the library man.
Yes, that's him. Does it know Zill? Or did it know him?
It knows Zill.
All right. Had to check.
Is it originally from Cairn?
It doesn't know Tember.
Did not mention Tember.
This is good.
Does it know the
Good.
Dust Man's
This
alley?
is good. It doesn't know if it doesn't know Tember.
Does it
then
know Tember?
Doesn't know
Asking her that.
it doesn't know Hicks.
Oh, he didn't mention the familiar, no. He didn't mention the snake either, though.
No.
Is Hicks Casey's?
Yeah.
Jimmy did just ask a limb if
About Tember, he
it
did.
knows Tember.
Oh, okay.
Tember exists in a strange place. Welcome, Wilhelm.
Hey, just in time.
Just in time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is he known?
to catch you up, Yulim just went through and said that the entity, it, that is causing this, knows all of you intimately. Knew Kong, knew Pohan, but did not make any mention of your name.
I heard, and then I heard him say that I am in a weird place.
Yes.
Dylan, this is a long shot, but you seem to have a little bit of inside info. Why this ritual? Why these murders? Why all the planes? I have suspicions, but they're not good.
Yulim is motivated by the need. This one, he tries to say the name again, but you can see him just struggling. It's just not working. Every time he tries, like his mouth just seizes up. He eventually kind of gets frustrated and says, this one is not driven by need. This one is driven by want.
A want for what?
Jimmy has his gloves on right now, He pulls one off and holds up that tattoo. Says, "Is it this one by chance?"
No.
Ah. Ooh. I was really hoping.
Hoping for the angler there.
Hoping not.
Lim, he says, and for those of you taking notes, he says, the Netherese wanted and lost. Jurgle wanted and lost. Bane, Ball, and Merkel wanted and lost willingly. This one, sorry about the train. This one wants, and this one's fingers currently wrap around. This one has.
Ah, shit, I was really hoping it wasn't that. Seems like a bad place to do it, honestly.
Elaborate.
That's a long list there. Most of them wanted to be gods. I'm just gonna level with you.
Mm-hmm.
My first guess was somebody wanted to interpenetrate the city with the planes for whatever reason. And that could be going on. A distant second was somebody wanted to become a god. And that's
Which was,
what he's saying.
yeah, that was one of my theories.
So as you say this, Julim kind of raises a finger on his little mechanical hand and says, "Ah, both are correct." Shutting down, and with that, Lim just falls to pieces in front of you.
No!
The fuck?
No! Oh!
Hmm.
What?
So a limb just died?
Lim just died. Yes, he just fell to pieces, both mechanical and organic.
Oof.
Jimmy sits down in front of him. What's left of him. Bad time to be a witness these days.
Indeed.
He was just telling us a list of people who would fall under the domain of Varys, and then he falls dead. This is not good. This is not good. How could they just, like... Did they just insta-vaporize him? Or what?
Well, I mean, he's still there, technically.
We can't put him back together, can we? Like, with the heal spell? That's not gonna work, right?
Or mending, possibly.
If Yulim were a regular Modron, maybe.
The slot aspect's gonna make it tough.
Yeah.
So this person just, like, completely materialized. Whoever did this to him just completely materialized something that was infected with the slot.
Can we figure out
That has an
what's killed him?
Has an imperative to, like, subsist and continue. But it was just wiped out.
Something big is going on here.
That's huge.
It's not the
Well,
first
if
time
you're reaching for godhood,
I was
it's
gonna
a
say,
useful thing to have.
it's not the first time you've seen an expansive display of power.
Indeed. I did ask about the angler up front,
You did. And you actually did get an answer on that one.
which was nice.
Is a limb's mouth still whole and present?
his little face there.
Yeah.
It's in pieces. Ironically, if you want to sift through the pieces, here, I'll do this so we can have a look. If you want to sift through the pieces, all of the organic bits fell into cube forms.
Mechanist. Oh shit.
This one's not going to explode real quick, right?
He said Elysium was done, not Mechanus.
Yeah, the way, yeah, that might have happened back at headquarters.
Yeah. We got places to go. We got 2 to check on at least. Let's run.
Mm-hmm.
Am I stupid? You guys would tell me if I'm stupid, right?
Are you asking in character?
I hope so.
Yes.
Okay.
Which one?
No.
Well, I don't believe I've had enough information to be able to answer that yet.
Not only would I tell you, I wouldn't have hired you. So you may rest assured.
Okay.
Are you guys wanting to catch a ride home?
Oh yeah.
How far out are we? We're in the ladies' ward or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll probably be faster.
All right.
Ilan's very heavy in terms of parts, isn't he?
Hey, he's not a little guy.
Ah.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you without rolling that I'm gonna fail my strength save if I try to pick him up. So
Fair.
good luck with that. Good luck.
That's fair. That's fair. You want to leave the pieces here?
I
Living
think
before the
that's a good
dead.
idea, but-
If we survive this and the city survives this, we'll come back and figure out how you're supposed to bury a Modron.
Once again, also fair.
I think they just.
Hang on. Where's my inventory when I need it?
Hmm.
I feel like I had something that would help with this, but I just don't know what it was.
What, carrying?
No.
Place the entirety of the limb into the cross-dimensional cold storage.
Next to the hell sausage.
Next to the dire sausage, yes! I feel like Nil had a bag of holding because Nil can't really carry anything canon-wise, but I don't have it on my sheet or on Roll20, so I'm trying to look it up on the D&D Beyond thing. See if it's there, because that would have been the only place that I would have put it besides somewhere else. No, it's not on the master's character sheet. Because why would it be? They can carry everything, they're fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like we shouldn't leave it here because it's gonna go away.
It is going to be a trek. Like, you are in the ladies' ward. You're about... From where you're at, you'll have to go halfway through the ladies' ward, all the way through the lower ward, and then all the way through the hive to get back.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything that would help. I feel like there's like a crucial part of this fallen Modron that we should be taking with us.
Like the hard drive or something.
Yeah, like the hard drive. See, this guy gets it. Am I being ridiculous here?
The little black box. It's probably actually orange colored or something. Yeah.
Are
The
you
little
making fun
black
of me?
box
I
is
feel like
actually a slot. You don't want to touch that.
I feel like you're making fun of me. I feel like you're making fun of me, and I just don't get it. But
No.
you understand
But
what
no,
I'm trying
I get
to say,
it.
right? It's
Yeah,
a crucial witness.
yeah.
It's falling apart. We might be able to put it back together. Come on.
Yeah.
We
I
we
mean,
should try to start taking some of this.
I mean,
like try. You know, I can't carry much.
Casey understands what you're saying, but Casey's never studied Modrons enough to be able to say, yeah, that part's the brain part.
Me neither, honestly. Can we just like start dividing him up and collecting him?
No, actually, Jimmy gets up. He believes reasonably that Kong and Pohan are in trouble, or could be.
Yeah.
And he considers Ilim to be dead. So he's moving.
I'm gonna look at the parts and just see if there is anything I can discern that would be useful that we need to bring.
Give me
I feel like
investigation.
I've seen him completely constructed.
I'll tell you what, I'll give an assist, seeing as how, like, I could see how Niln's kind of distraught.
Alright, investigation with advantage.
Okay. We're gonna do this, and I hope it goes my way, hopefully. Maybe it will. Yikes, yikes, yikes. All the yikes. A 17! It doesn't suck! Yes!
It's a reasonable number for reasonable people.
So you very...
Reasonable. Oh.
With Casey's help, you start sifting through the remains. You notice that there is no organic fluids. Beyond that, unfortunately, aside from you will be able to find a slod egg, but that's about the only out of the ordinary thing.
Nil, you do feel a pair of invisible hands like kind of tap the corners of your mouth.
My mouth? Whoa, wait, hey.
Bite
I
him!
grabbed the hand.
Bite him!
I grabbed the hands. I grabbed the hands.
She only taps your mouth twice and then draws them away quickly.
No, you touching my
Wait,
face.
wait. No, I have to ask you to justify your reaction given everything that's going on. Is this just an attempt to catch the ghost, or...
Something's touching Nil's face.
I know, but you know she's there already, invisible, is why I say that. You'd probably
No,
draw
I
two
didn't-
and two. You can try the catcher, that's fine.
I grab whatever is touching my face. That's weird. That's in my personal space.
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
just grab the hands and I'm like, no, I don't
Roll-
really need to
roll
see
to
where
hit.
you are, but
Roll to hit. At disadvantage
No.
because she is invisible.
I mean, I have to try. That's invasive. That's invasive.
It was meant to be comforting.
He's touching my mouth. That's invasive. You don't put your fingers near my mouth.
She was
I
trying to
don't
give
put-
you a hint.
And it could have been
Near
worse.
my-
Could have been a
near-
wet willy in the ear.
That's what
near
I would've
my
done.
Mouth. Near my mouth?
Go ahead,
Excuse-
roll to hit, please.
With what, though?
Disadvantage.
With
Just
Unarmed attack. I
unarmed
guess.
attack, yeah.
I don't know how to get roll 20 to do that.
Unarmed
I
attack?
don't have an unarmed attack in roll 20. I don't know where to go with this.
Just do a strength check, basically.
Oh no!
You have no proficiency in it, and your number is bad.
At disadvantage.
This is gonna be bad. I hope I don't poke my eye out. It's gonna be terrible.
Roll a 1.
Aw, 19 and a 5. Get out of here.
So you just
Man.
start kind of just flailing.
As if there was a mosquito.
Everybody's looking at you like you're crazy now.
Ugh, it just touched me on the mouth. I gotta get out of here. Let me just grab the slot egg real quick.
It was Lim.
Ugh.
The ghost of Lim was touching you.
That tracks so well. That tracks so well. Oh my goodness. He's just... Ugh. Ah. Who puts their fingers on your mouth? Ah.
As I rub my own face.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Well, as they walk
Visuals on their
away,
fingers.
I
It's so weird.
do want to get the parts of a limb that like have his mouth, basically.
All right. So you scoop up the pieces of his mouth.
Yeah, slip him in my bag.
Okay. And the rest of you guys were
That's gross.
you were wanting to catch a ride back, is that right?
That was the plan. It's a long way. We're in a hurry.
All right, so you're gonna try and catch a cart.
Put the bag away.
All right. So I'll let that happen. You go outside. You flag down a cart. Fairly normal.
As we go outside, Neil looks over at the master and is like, "Don't ever put your fingers on my mouth. That's gross." And the master's like, "What are we talking about?"
So this cart slides up next to you, almost with a screech, and you see this incredibly handsome gentleman kind of swing his hair around, like I'm talking L'Oreal moment, pulls his hood back, gleaming smile, hands on hips, looks down on you and says, "Ziggy Triopatus, at your service. Where may I take you?"
Jimmy climbs up into the cart and says, "Ziggy, we need to go to the absolute worst part of town, Stat." And he gives him the
That's where we
address on the
live.
hive.
That's our address. Wow.
He goes, "Righto." Yeah! And they start rolling out.
All right.
That is technically true.
Who paid for Ziggy, by the way? Somebody has to have paid for Ziggy.
He won't take payment till you get there.
No, I meant out of character. Who paid for the name Ziggy to be in here?
Sure.
June.
Of course. Of course. The real hero of the story. Thanks. Because you don't know you need a Ziggy until you do.
Yep. Ziggy Triopatus. So,
Nice.
even the simplified version was a mouthful. Alright, so yeah, he slings you around corners and down through alleyways and up and over and under and through. Never crashing, though, until you actually feel everything screech to a halt as he reins in the animals right outside the front door there. Thanks for the follow there, Fleshmith.
What's the charge, bud?
5 silver.
Done and done. Jimmy pays him.
Call me anytime you need me.
Yeah. Do you have like
Just
a
don't touch me on
business
the face.
card? Or like
Jimmy
a-
has long since turned his attention while they're doing this. He's going inside.
He says,
Bill's
just
like, "Do you have like a...
just turn left and say my name.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Casey's following Jimmy.
Okay. Okay. Well, looks back at looks to the doorway, looks at Ziggy, looks at the doorway, looks at Ziggy. All right. Bye.
All right, so he pulls off. You guys walk up to the door. The door is open, just a little bit.
Oh,
It's hanging open.
Busts in.
oh no.
Anybody else getting crime scene vibes?
So
Yeah.
strong.
we're here. Let me switch the visual here for everybody at home. Bum, bum, bum. So here we are, HQ. You bust in the front door. You should have control of your minis there. Pohan is laying on the floor, covered in blood.
No.
No! No!
Absolutely
Both of
covered
me
in
are
blood.
out of here. Both of me are out of here. We do not want to see any more of that. We are out.
I'm going to rush up to Pohan. Does he still have a little bit of a pulse?
No, he's cold.
Oh,
Shit.
He's cold.
I can't. I can't. I literally cannot.
I assume Bren is still quite invisible.
Yes.
our bestest boy.
Jimmy then doesn't know you're checking him and is also kneeling down to check him.
Yeah.
So, if you want to, you don't have to. Make a perception check, please.
Sure.
Only if you want to.
Anyone or just Jimmy?
Anyone.
There you are.
Okay. I never demand perception checks. You're welcome to skip them anytime you like.
Wait, why? Why is that? No. Okay, wait. We're gonna.
26 is fine.
Okay, we'll just say that's for both of them.
That works too.
Because.
That actually, it's everybody but Tember. You hear the sound of sobbing from upstairs.
Okay, Jimmy is kicking his way upstairs.
Alright, let's bring that mini upstairs there. Alright. The sound is coming from back in the bedroom areas.
Busts into the hallway. Kong!
Kong's door is a little bit open. You can hear him sobbing inside.
Nothing to do but go through.
So Kong is backed up against the back wall. Both his arms up to the elbow are just dripping, like drenched in caked on blood and viscera. His mouth is covered, his teeth are just gritted with all kinds of blood and gore. He's crying his eyes out and like looking at his hands, he's shaking, just beside himself. And he looks up as you bust in and says, "Jimmy, I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry." And with that, he jumps through the window.
Jimmy is stunned.
I guess I see this from the floor below because I'm outside.
He expected great trouble. He did not expect this.
What? Why is the... What?
Master, they went out the other side.
Oh, okay.
Or Kong went out the other side.
Is that the one? That's not the one with the broken window. Now we got another broken window.
You do have another broken window, yes.
Oh. I just hear the distant sound of glass shattering, and I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
He scraped himself a little bit going through. It's hard to tell what's his and what isn't. The room's a mess. You can tell, like, he was probably rolling around on the floor in here for a bit. This looks like there was a tremendous struggle. There's a very almost indiscernible trail of blood that leads from his room out into the office, down the stairs to where Pohan is. Kong being who and what he is, the fall was hardly enough to faze him. You know, if you look out the window, you can actually see him disappearing into the alleys.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the Aragorn check and investigate exactly what went on with this, situation.
All right.
Like, see if I can figure out what occurred exactly.
All right. Where are you starting your investigation?
Does the trail of blood look like it came from Kong's room or came from actually this room where Pohan is?
Go ahead. Give me your check. We'll go from there as far as detail. That's pretty good. Yeah, it definitely came from Kong's room. It looks like that's where the primary struggle took place. You don't see signs of any other people being in the struggle. from what your investigation shows, it doesn't even look like Pohan had a chance to really fight back.
Jimmy's walking back down the stairs, his sword is kind of trailing on the ground.
Alright, so as far as Kasey can see, Elim couldn't say the name of the big bad. Probably due to some high-level spell, probably a Gaius of some kind. If it's capable of doing that to a Modron, it's certainly capable of doing it to Kong. And he might not have wanted to kill Pohan, but may have just been forced to.
Is this Kasey saying
Against
this out loud?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the only thing I can think of that could have happened.
You can tell your mates here are a little bit
Somewhat shook.
yeah.
Sorry.
Now I have to ask, out of character, everybody okay?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, just to ask, just to be safe.
Yes, and no.
Also, yes and no.
Yeah.
In character, Bryn is like stunned. Out of character, I'm like really sad over Pohan.
Yeah, this is a hard
Yeah,
decision.
dude's my pizza buddy.
So when do we level up to 9?
Yeah, because we better.
So,
Can you even get a resurrection in this city?
oh yeah, but
And 3.
not for a foo dog.
Yeah, not for a cold food dog. I have to be on time.
Oh, it's been less than a day. We saw him this morning.
Yeah.
This just turned into a rescue mission. Oh my goodness.
But no, you
What do I
can't
need
you
for
can't
this?
resurrect an immortal.
Yeah.
Oh. A second
On
oof.
So
the other hand, can we speak with him?
That's why Neil's outside right now, because like, just seeing Pohan dead is just too much. But the master's like, has known Pohan for longer, but oddly is fine with this.
a little more numb to it.
For it. Yeah, we were prepared for it. You know, I think Neil was still reeling from the loss of the Elam, and then now here we got Pohan is dead. Like I was like hoping against all hope that we were wrong, you know. And
Jimmy's sitting on the floor in front of Pohan. His sword is across his knees. Timber, did Timber say that aloud?
Yes. Can we
He,
might be able to speak with him.
he looks up at Jim. Can you? I can't.
I need a day. But then yes, I can try speaking with him.
That's what Daddy said.
See if he can tell us what happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
So do you want to give it a day or?
Actually,
Dun dun dun.
I am going to make sure my back's to everyone, pull up my cape one more time, break invisibility, and I will cast Speak with Dead on Pohan,
Oh,
and then go invisible again.
here we go. Ah! Poof.
I see you. You're right there.
So you cast Speak with Dead and then
Actually seeing you.
immediately go back invisible.
Oh yeah, with my cape up so no one can see like my
I see
form
you.
from the
Poof.
back.
Poof.
Drat.
All right, so
Trash. I'll go back over here.
you cast Speak with Dead, immediately go invisible.
And y'all hear a voice somewhere out, like above you, but sort of like, doesn't have a clear origin, saying you may ask Pohan 5 questions. You have 10 minutes. Choose your questions wisely.
Only the one who cast it can ask.
What?
Is that true?
The questions you pose is
You.
the wording.
But Tember says that. Only the one who casts it can ask the questions.
I go back
I-
over here.
You know what?
I can see you. I can see you.
I will. I'll allow other people to ask the questions. I don't see
Yeah.
why not.
Because I don't. I mean, the wording of the spell is ambiguous.
That's how I've always played it anyway. So it saves time and hassle.
There.
So
I
yeah.
was hoping for a reaction. We can't ask him, but thank you.
Well, plus, I imagine Bryn would know how the spell works too.
Yes.
So, and that's fine. That's not going to break anything. Not in this case, at least. So, yeah, you guys ask away. 5 questions, 10 minutes.
Physically resist the urge to ask who's a good boy. Physically resist the urge. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't waste the question.
That can be
Actually,
question
maybe make that
5.
the- Yes. make that
Jimmy's
the
sitting
last
there and he
question,
doesn't
'cause he's
ask
a good
anything
boy.
at first. He just says, "I'm sorry."
Well, Casey's going to ask first question then, I guess, because he's got one question, and it's, what caused Kong to attack you?
What?
So, as you ask this, Kong's mouth begins to move. Not Kong, Pohan's mouth begins to move. And he begins to repeat, I'm lost within the blessed fields. 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 And then his head snaps up,
What?
looks at Jimmy, and says,
Okay, but
You let him kill me, Jimmy. And then his head falls down, limp and lifeless again.
Well,
Cool down, please.
Much is visibly happening within Jimmy, but nothing is visibly happening without.
Yeah. The dead man poker face.
Mhm.
Was there anyone else here besides you and Kong?
He begins to repeat that phrase again. I'm lost within the blessed fields.
I'm gonna walk past and head towards the basement. I want to see if Zill's here.
All right.
Is there another witness?
Fair. Fair question. So you're headed over to the basement?
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and move your token over there.
All right.
Is anybody else attempting to do anything with Pohan while he's making his way over there?
Jimmy is sitting there still. He knows what has to be done, but cannot steel himself to do it or even ask someone yet.
Fair. That's fair. All right. So, Tember, you're standing at the door leading down to the basement.
Yes.
All right. What are you doing?
I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna knock and wait. Hope I get a response.
You do not.
I am gonna pick up my spear. And those look like wood floors, right?
They are.
I'm gonna stab it into the ground. See if I can get a response that way.
You do not.
I am gonna try to get through that door then. I'm gonna try and see if it is unlocked.
It actually is unlocked.
Ooh. I'm going in the basement.
Okay.
Oh, the excitement.
Timber's going down to the basement.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I was moving you down there. So you'll come
thank
down. And you'll end up at this door right here.
Is that a wall right
Yeah.
here? Or is that open?
That's a wall. That's a wall.
Okay. Going to knock again. See if I can get a response. If not, I'm gonna try the door.
It is unlocked. No verbal response.
Trying the door. I'm going in the basement.
Okay. So you open up the door. You step in. The first thing you notice, you are immediately bathed in blue light. Hanging suspended in the center of the room is an enormous pulsating blue crystal with a liquid sheen to its surface. The rest of the room is just stuffed full of shelf upon shelf of books and tomes and scrolls and manuscripts, as far as you can see. The moment you step into the room, the crystal pulses, and in your mind, you suddenly get this very strong sensation that you are not wanted here.
I would like to see if I know what that is. Would my angelic lore apply to this? Relevant information about local notable people, legendary items, or noteworthy places?
I'll give you a chance. How about that?
Okay. Going with... There it is.
Nat
All
20.
right.
I'm calling it Nat 20.
Uh-oh.
Knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
Arcana or...
Let's go with Arcana.
Okay. So now I get... Come on.
You can do this.
Come on, Nat 20.
Alright.
No pressure.
No whammies. You got this.
No pressure.
Okay. So I'm just doing all the math on this one.
Okay.
I get to use my binder level as a bonus.
Nice.
So
24.
Ooh.
This is
Sweet.
the heart of the Feywild. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
No!
Excuse you.
Sorry.
Rude.
I feel like I've just solved a quest for something else.
Sorry.
Unfair.
Well,
You're
you
just a dude.
dude. Well, you don't know the actual origin, name, or even basic descriptor of how or what or why this is. This entire room, you realize, is alive. Not only that, but sentient, aware, cognizant of everything going on around it within this building.
A locus.
It knows you're there. It's very aware that you're there. It's very unhappy that you're there. You get the feeling that if it wanted to, it could make you not be there. It hasn't done that yet. You get the sense that there's a reason for that. You're not sure what it is.
Something happened upstairs, and I am seeing if I can find Zell. I assume from the conversations I've overheard that you and he are connected, and I assume you have his well-being in your heart, or whatever you have comparable. Do you know where he is?
So, and you guys upstairs actually hear this as well. This voice booms throughout the house from it seems to emanate from the crystal, and all it says is, "Tember, Noctus, mind your own quest. You've still not found what you're looking for."
Bono, is that you?
I can have multiple quests. I'm multifaceted. But I appreciate your concern. Thank you.
You could almost hear it huff and turn away from you. Huh.
Is he okay? Is Zil okay? Does he need help?
I don't know.
I'm going to go back upstairs. It has been a pleasure speaking to you. I will leave you alone now. Do you want me to lock the door behind me? Do you want me to lock the door?
Do we all hear the "I don't know" as
Yeah.
well?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to lock the door. I assume he has keys.
The door actually locks behind you without you needing to.
Okay. Bye. Lou, Krista, I don't actually know your name, but bye. Do you have a name? I feel like I should actually refer to you by some sort of nomenclature.
You feel like a energy beginning to build up behind the door. It doesn't feel positive.
I'm still going. I'm just like, I feel like I should speak. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going.
That's fair. So you make your way back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Probably to a room full of wide-eyed investigators.
What was that?
I wouldn't go down there.
Your last
I
name
think
is, your last
You
name
wanna
is Noctus?
Tember Noctus. That's what I. Yes, that is my name.
No Zil? Jimmy asks from the floor.
No, not Zil. I would really
Describe it.
feel more comfortable having this conversation not in the living building.
Oh,
So-
you met the lady at the house, that's all.
I did. I don't think she likes me. But to be fair, I got the impression she doesn't like anyone but Zil. She tolerated me, and I will accept that.
This is fair.
On the other hand, I really don't want to piss her off. Or it off. I don't know. I don't really want to gender it.
Why would you,
So-
honestly?
Exactly. It's a large blue crystal. Didn't really
I
get
don't think
an
it has to have a
impression.
gender.
Thank you. Yes. Little fist bump.
The
So,
master says this for no reason in particular.
so, the door did lock behind you, coming upstairs
Yes.
as well. So no Zil. Pohan's down. Kong is in the wind.
Alright, Jimmy's gonna do a few things.
All right.
The first one is pick up Pohan and take him from out there in the front door.
Okay.
Did the door to the stairs lock, or just the one to the basement?
Just the one to the basement.
Okay, Jimmy's gonna carry him upstairs.
All right. So here we'll bring him upstairs. You
sit
guys
him
are
down
welcome
near
to
his
move.
spot.
Oh yeah, you guys are welcome to move your tokens as needed.
Okay. Okay, come on in. Come here. Come in.
I
I can't deal with this
What
right
the-
now. I can't.
would like to see if I
Okay,
could
I got
find.
this.
I'd like to speak to Jimmy.
All right.
Like I'll
Oh, he's up
follow
there.
him up there.
Yeah, bring him.
Okay.
That was-
Jimmy, is there a place where I could have some privacy for a moment?
Jimmy
need to
gestures
do
back
some-
towards his office.
Suppose you could use Kong's room. Sorry.
You know where Jimmy's office is. You know he's pointing.
You
at
know what?
Hmm.
He will go in Kong's room. He has no compulsion about that.
That'll work.
Whoa.
Are you doing?
And then I'm gonna unbind. I am gonna unbind from Astaroth and rebind to Pierre, the grandmother huntress.
Okay. So you begin your ritual.
I do, and she is one of the ones that I actually have painted on my skin.
Okay.
Fancy.
How long does the ritual take? Do you know?
Not long. Give me a second to find the exact time.
No worries. It's just
I think it's about a
estimate.
minute. I think it's like a minute.
Okay. Yeah, just an estimate so we know. All right. And so while he's doing the ritual, what are you guys doing up here in the front office?
Well, having gotten Pohan into place,
Who's that?
was that Master?
Is that Kasey?
Yeah, right here.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, that's Kasey.
Hi. Just kind of popped up there, dude. How are you?
Oh,
Oh, just.
it's a bonus action, Church.
Oh, is it?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I've got it up. I've got it upgraded. Yeah,
Okay.
because of my
That's-
enhanced seals. Yeah,
That's fine. I imagine you still did it in private.
yeah, I definitely because I believe the figure actually appears to everyone.
Yeah. No, that's fair. All right. So yeah, while you wander in there to do your ritual, your bonus action ritual,
Hmm.
what are you guys doing? And you can make your way out anytime, Tember, since it's so quick. What are you guys doing?
Trying to figure this out. But...
I'm gonna
Damn
ask
it.
you, Church.
Yes.
That's a very high roll, by the way.
Very.
What was the 34 for?
That was my binding check to see if I made a successful binding.
Yes.
That is a very bound spirit.
very,
Mm.
very happy about
It-
being there at the moment.
It means I don't have any of the fun side effects because I haven't failed one yet.
Yay.
There are a bare handful of people that have met anybody in the party, let alone everybody in the party,
Mhm.
that might desire to become a god or have the power to make good on it. I would like to roll to see if Jimmy suspects any individual one of them. I'm thinking, maybe Falls from Grace or Otachan faked their death. Maybe somebody from Cairn slipped through.
It's Phoebe.
That was,
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
we've already got it like that. Why would you bother going to all this trouble?
No, I wouldn't do that with Phoebe.
It feels bad.
There's Zill, of course,
Zill is missing. That's fair.
and a bare handful of other people around the city. I would like to roll on this one.
All right.
Jimmy doesn't have any strong case built for any of them. He's trying to just dig deep into the intuition.
What about that other guy? Unless I'm thinking of someone else.
Which other guy?
When we went through that portal.
The
we had to make
detective,
all
right?
those
He's on there
deals.
too. No, not Draken. If it's Draken, Jimmy will just jump off the roof or something.
When we had to make all those deals, there was that guy we followed through the portal.
Yes, the other detective. He's on the list.
Okay.
Nilios, I believe.
Yes, Nilios.
The doer.
So Nilios is on the list.
Now, when you were talking to Elim, he couldn't say the name of our foe.
No.
But
Didn't
when
seem
you
to be
asked
able.
him to say the name, when you asked him to say Zil, he could say it. That doesn't necessarily mean that Zil isn't the foe.
No, it doesn't. That's why he's still on the list, especially given that he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have some
Especially as he's
experience with
like-
someone being the same person twice with almond milk, right?
You gonna put almond milk on the list?
Actually, Jimmy has other plans with almond milk. Jimmy's contemplating some very dangerous actions right now. So let's see about those rolls. Can I make those rolls?
Yes, you may. Go for it.
What would you like me to roll? What shall I roll?
Based on the way you've described your thought process, let's do insight.
Okay. Let me check what my insight is.
Because you're making like an internal determination based on what you already know.
I
Who
mean,
amongst this cast of characters wants to be a god that bad?
Right. Well, technically, if we're sort of like talking things
And I'm going
through.
to use the luck point.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oof.
Wow.
It's a little
Come on,
luckier.
Lord.
It's a little luckier.
Barely.
You feel confident that it's not the angler.
Yeah.
Though there may still be some nefarious hands in there on some level. I mean, maybe Draken, but probably not. That's not his style. I mean, the godhood, definitely, but doing in Pohan and using Kong to do it, that's not Draken's style.
No. I rarely fudge the numbers like this, but can I explore one alternate avenue?
Of course, I'm open.
Jimmy has his notes.
Okay,
May I make an investigation check on the basis of those?
I'll allow it.
Appreciate it.
As I see Jimmy flip through his notes, I'm going to pull out the shoes that Bryn was wearing whenever she met with the killer and place those in Jimmy's lap.
Okay.
So a pair of shoes suddenly appears in his lap.
Poof.
That's not
You-
weird at all.
He literally doesn't even notice.
Yeah,
This is pure concentration.
he's distracted, but that's fair.
You just got a Foot Locker delivery?
Jimmy looks up for a moment. He looks down. He looks back at the notes.
Okay. So give me your investigation.
I did. It's that 22.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So, based on your investigation roll, you could pretty much rule out any of them. You think there's a new player on the board.
Closes his notebook. Puts it back in the jacket.
Okay.
He looks at the shoes.
Mhm.
The shoes are like... They're not even recognized as shoes right now. They're just a mysterious construction that has appeared in his lap with no significance or meaning.
Okay.
No, we can't watch that. Like, those are scary.
So, now does Jimmy know whose shoes they are?
No, Jimmy knows very little right now.
Okay.
Well, Jimmy, you'll feel an invisible hand on your shoulder real quick, just kind of lightly placed, just so, kind of give you a little hint.
There's so much action going on over there that I can't see any of it. So much stuff happening that I just can't be a part of. It's
Jimmy
so
closes
weird.
his eyes. He's holding the shoes.
Is that a zombie?
He opens his eyes back up.
Is that a zombie?
Ghost, you know I respect your privacy, but no time for games right now. Say it or don't.
Jimmy's gone full-blown gumshoe.
Well, you'll hear a whisper in your ear that those are the shoes that her associate wore whenever whenever he met the killer that one night, as per her story, and that was to help him determine which pair of shoes in his sketch belonged to the killer. Whisper in your ear.
Okay. Jimmy sets them down. He says, that's good and all, but given that one of the killers is now one of my own, I have a suspicion it's not the same person every time.
That's
I
possible.
think it's a whole lot of people all being controlled.
Get out of here.
Mass feeble mind, also mass gears.
Who
If
do we
one,
know
why not the
that
other?
has many faces?
If you're fool enough to reach for
Out of
godhood
character.
here, under the auspices of the lady, you've at least got some power in the back pocket.
If only we knew a person that appears as different people.
Hey, come on. No need to point fingers that way.
I just don't know anyone like that. Wow. And some sort of an unseen entity that would
Master?
put it as like a. This is all out of character. I'm just goofing.
No, Jimmy to Master. Jimmy says, Master,
Yes.
how's the mule been?
Almond.
Yeah, let's get into that, shall we?
I am considering probably a bad idea.
What's the idea, Jimmy?
I'm racking my brains here on who knows us that does this. And it's no one. No one we've run across, with one exception, could even dream of pulling this sort of thing. And the one exception, I just don't think it's him. I am thinking about another deal. Once you're in the hole, why not dig down deeper?
Oh, wow.
Let me be the first to tell you that giving up everything that you care about is not a good idea.
That is exactly what's on the line. Whether we get Kong back at all from this, I can't say. I know we're not going to get Pohan back. He told me himself, his kind, when they go, they go.
I don't know what all that involves, but I can say pretty much with as much certainty as I can muster, I've lost enough.
Oh, I don't need you to make any deals.
Okay. What do you need me to do?
Either tell me to go or tell me to stay. I mean, it's just you and me now, I guess.
think these choices have to be made in such haste? You have people here that still need you. You have employees. You have a collective of resources you haven't tapped yet. Where's our brainstorming session? Where's the session that we used to have back when we actually had people here that we could bounce ideas off of? You have people with different skills, and you're not involving them. You know, maybe the ghost has an associate that knows someone that could help us with this. You know, it's not immediately just, what are we gonna take a bowl out and run a knife through your palm and light some candles? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna jump off the roof of this building and cross our fingers and hope that the angler's listening for our pleas?
Well,
Same person who condemned us to this fate? Really?
I was either gonna talk to the mule, or actually I was thinking, I bet you if I cut the tattoo, it'd show up.
Jimmy.
Go on, Church.
I just... There's the master we know and love. I haven't heard that one. That voice of reason pound out from the master like that in a while. It's good to hear.
I will come out of the room now and just go rushing down the stairs.
All right, master.
Never a dull moment.
I think you're right. He looks over for a moment. Let's all talk downstairs. How about that? Jimmy walks down.
All right. So we adjourn downstairs.
I am out the door and running around to where Hong fell out the window. I'm gonna track him.
I stay upstairs for a minute, and I'm like, I can see the crescents before my eyes. I can see them. And then I head down.
Jimmy sits down at the desk very formally. Waits until everybody kind of gets into place. Looks left. Looks right. No Tember? No Tember. All right, team. We have a very important meeting. Either we can turn up a lead and we go follow it right now, or I will begin bargaining with Eldritch powers. It's probably a bad idea to bargain with Eldritch powers. So, thinking caps on. We have reason to believe that a very powerful entity that either is personally familiar with us or has been observing us from afar is conducting a ritual that will both make the planes impinge here on Sigil and propel them to godhood.
Kasey raises a finger.
Kasey?
And then he points downwards to the floor.
Zil, maybe. His lady, I doubt it.
His lady?
The specifics have always been something that I didn't pry into, but we've been renting here from Zil for a while. There's someone down in that basement that is real possessive of him and real picky about how the house is laid out.
Right.
But her interests I've always thought of as narrow, not the sort to reach for godhood, in my opinion.
Fair.
Time's been ticking by on the speak with dead spell, right? It's probably over, right?
Jimmy's
Mhm.
abandoned that line of inquiry.
Yeah.
He couldn't
We
take
remember
another
to
one.
ask him who's a good boy. Please tell me you remembered. That's our
knew.
last question. Like, who's a good boy? It's you.
You
He
know,
knew.
I'm gonna keep that hypothetical because honestly, granted, based on everything that's happening, he's gonna give you the same response to any question you asked. But if you were to actually get through and ask him that question, Pohan didn't think he was a good boy.
Oh, no.
Remember,
Pohan
Pohan
had a few thousand years and a few hundred points of IQ on all of us.
Yeah, Pohan was an old foo dog. Foo dogs don't get old unless they screw up.
That makes me very sad.
Sorry.
I hope Tember comes back in a minute. If we don't dispel Pohan, this whole building might go up.
Yeah.
It's fine. This
Tim-
is fine. This is fine.
Timber, did you see the message I sent you in chat there?
This.
I did. I am actually. That's part of the reason I did what I did.
I
I
kind
am
of figured.
extremely good. Yes.
Well, basically,
Um,
no matter how good you roll, unless you can track through thin air, the trail will disappear.
All he has to do is
Curious
pull out
how-
another 34.
Fair.
I don't know if I can do that, but I do have advantage with a +10. So
Is this actual physical tracking or magical tracking? I guess that's what I'm trying to determine.
column A, column B. I mean, I'm.
Could you track him to another plane? That's what I'm asking.
No, but I should be able to get to the point where he leaves the plane.
Yeah, so you'll get to a point where it looks like he
Yeah.
steps through a doorway and the trail goes completely cold.
And then I have to flip over to the Arcana to see if I can figure out if this was a known, door, because we obviously are in the City of Doors.
Yeah, you can make that roll.
Okay. Well, let's see if I can even. See if I can even track him.
All right. Yeah,
Nice.
Oh,
yeah. You tracked him up
20
to the
yeah,
point of
24.
disappearing.
Yes, I got a 24 actually. Let's see, who am I bound to at the moment?
The old lady.
I'm bound to two different ones.
Oh, even better.
Yes,
Fancy,
I am
fancy.
the grandmother huntress and my favorite, shadow that was.
Okay.
It looks like I just get to use myself this time.
Fair enough. Let's see that fabulous bean footage. Okay. You basically, it's not necessarily a known portal, but it looks like it's one of the one and dones. Somebody set this up. Some type of key specific to Kong. At the moment he went through that doorway, it triggered, and then the portal disappeared. Maybe Kong set it up. I don't know. You don't really know Kong.
No, I haven't really dealt with him much.
I tell you what, though. Give me an insight check. Roll high. If you
nat
can.
20, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
Send in the
Every time
nat
you say
20
that-
vibes.
Every time you say that, it doesn't happen. Though. That's my only point. That's all I'm
This
trying
is
to
the
say.
same
I'm
player
telling
that
you.
plays
Those two.
Drakendo.
It does
This is
too.
true.
Yeah.
Roughly
but-
1 in 20 times.
1 in 20 times.
Okay.
This could be the 1 in 20.
I will
This-
hop aboard the
this-
hype train, but I will not say the words. You can do this.
That's fair.
This is not Draken, though.
Fair play.
Oh,
All right.
See, look at that.
Luck with
Look
it.
at that.
This is what I-
Negative energy just ruined it.
This is what I mean. When you say the
Did-
words nat
did-
20, we don't get a nat 20.
Did you say you wanted to use a luck point, Jimmy?
I did in fact spend it, but it's the luck point off my hat.
Oh, okay. So you just have the one.
Yeah, I only ever have the one per day.
Okay.
Peasant.
Hey, I'm not fancy out here. I'm not out here taking the lucky feat, you know?
But
Just because you said that, I start entering the phase of thought, like a light activity to try to get some rest so I can get some more points back.
so, yeah, no, that's all you can figure.
Okay. I will. But how far am I from the headquarters?
About 2 blocks.
This sucks.
That is accurate.
If you want to jump
Yeah.
back, I am going to do investigation around here.
Okay, so you're investigating. All right, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We'll bounce back while you're investigating.
This
Yeah.
actually sucks. Is that a character I could help with this? Like, oh, come on.
That's okay. You guys are reeling from a recent tragedy. This is completely.
Nobody
right.
followed me. You literally, I said I ran down the stairs and out the door. Nobody bothered to go after me.
Yeah, they're used to that though.
Sorry.
Timber's a weird little wiry dude. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, what were we gonna do? Split the party?
So back at the office, what are you guys doing? You're having your meeting, trying to come to terms with what to do.
Yeah, Jimmy has opened up the floor to suggestions.
I don't think eldritch deities are the answer to anything. I've already made that very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, apart from like initial contact, I really haven't had that much conversations with the Raven Queen, to be honest.
Oh no, not that one.
Excellent suggestion.
But I mean, I don't even if if she listens to me, but I can always ask.
You know, I don't know that we're going about this the right way. What if the angler isn't the one you should be talking to? What if you should be talking to the lady? Is that ridiculous to suggest?
Well,
She was
I
there
think
at
you found the
crime
only
scene.
one I'm more afraid of.
She was there at the crime scene and seemed to be agitated at the
She's
recent
not the talkative
activity.
sort. What, you want to go ask Adaba?
She may be invisible, but Bryn is still shooting the master daggers with her look.
asking
I
the
don't
lady
have
is always a
I
bad
don't-
idea.
I don't have to care because I can't see you. Burn!
Power.
I know.
So
Yeah, whatever.
should I? Yeah, we'll do this as a moment
Mhm.
for Pohan.
Oh my god.
So,
The poor boy.
just so
Somewhere in another crystal sphere, there's a young Chanakesian girl singing.
echoing through the realities. So now that I've hopefully shaken you guys a little bit,
Oh, sure. Yeah, we're there.
Here we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Here we go.
you guys are sitting in here in the main room, the room that Pohan gave up the ghost in.
Mhm.
Give me, and this is really, yeah, gave up the ghost, but this is a very high DC, but give me a perception rolls.
Mhm.
I was gonna say he bowed his last wow, but for some reason that just didn't seem.
Well, I got the
It is some good
observer
rolls.
thingy, so
I'm gonna try to do this right this time. And I
Ouch.
failed. And I failed.
Wow.
I was looking the wrong way again.
Master is like completely oblivious.
It's
Oh.
Genesis, I'm telling you. It's just the Genesis effect, I'm telling you.
Did Nil want to roll?
Okay. And normal. And let's try.
Okay.
Not much better.
So,
I gave it a shot.
Bryn and Jimmy, you guys actually noticed this as you're
Bryn
discussing.
hasn't rolled. That's me and
it's-
Kasey.
I mean,
I
Oh.
did roll. I accidentally put it on two, like
Oh.
it wasn't a public roll.
Okay, so I was like, wait, I know she rolled.
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was accidentally 2 GM instead of public. It was a 23, by the way.
Yeah, it's on stream. So.
noise.
So yeah, Bren and Jimmy, you guys notice this. Nobody else really does. Everybody's very distraught, very shook up.
What? My 22 didn't count?
Oh, you did roll a 22. I'm sorry.
He
So
did. He was master.
Kasey, you will notice this as well. The plants in the room are dead. It just dawned on you that the plants in the room are dead.
Were they dead when we
Yes.
came in?
It's hard to say. Like you're just now kind of like noticing. Because the first thing you noticed when you walked in, obviously, was Pohan. That kind of dominated your field of vision. Now that you've actually sat in the room and discussed and had a chance to kind of take in your surroundings, you notice, like, why are the plants dead? They weren't dead when we left the house.
Hmm.
So they didn't just die of neglect or something. There's something else going on.
Just in this room? Or in
Those-
every room?
There's not a lot of plants elsewhere.
Yeah, it's really just here. There's like one in the hall upstairs.
Well, I'm gonna go take a look at the one in the hall upstairs real quick.
It's dead as well.
Yep, I'll come back down and confirm that. Yeah, that one's dead. But
Really need Tember back.
okay, is there any role for anything to know what can do that? Arcana or nature or
Oh wow, there's a lot that can do that, but
it's a plant.
yeah. Tember,
Yeah.
your investigation won't yield anything. I'll say that.
Where is
Okay,
Temper?
because yeah, I'll spend time trying to find someone who was around, see if there's anybody who saw him walk through the door.
No, the only people you're gonna find are urchins, and they're all loyal to Kong. They're not gonna tell you anything.
Oh god, I have an out of character guess.
Yeah, Jimmy is gonna voice his guess. He says, "Really hope that spell's not going off right now."
I then will, after exhausting that, head back to the HQ.
All right.
Yes.
Oh no.
So however long you think that takes, feel free to add me in at an appropriate time.
Okay. You'll get frustrated really quickly, so we'll say you're coming in within the next minute or two here.
We've got a health concern. We're searching the.
Whoa.
okay.
Those aren't the right
The
ads.
television arrives.
Those aren't our ads.
So
We're supposed to
sorry.
be sponsored. We're supposed
They
to be
haven't
sponsored by
sponsored
Raid
us.
Shadow Legends. How could you forget that?
I wish. I bet they pay good.
Oh, that's those Twitch millions just
Twitch
rolling
millions.
in, rolling in.
All right, so yeah,
That's that fix-it-in money. Oh, my goodness.
fixed money.
Keep an eye out for Timber. And then Jimmy walks upstairs to check on Pohan's body.
Okay.
Mm,
You walk upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah, this
Doesn't appear to have changed.
disquiets me.
Okay. Back downstairs.
Okay. Back downstairs. So yeah. There we go.
Jimmy thinks for a second. I wonder whatever happened to that heart.
The one we all sold our right hands for? I don't want it.
What?
Everybody feeling okay, generally? I mean,
You gave it to Falls from Grace, and then mysteriously both she and Otto-chan passed away.
it's not so mysterious when you get chopped up into little bits. Only mystery is who did it.
Fair. This is fair.
But nobody feeling a little drained by an evil energy?
What do I roll to check that?
You're not.
Okay.
You don't feel lackadaisical or lethargic or anything like that. So Tember, you're coming up to the door now.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk in. Probably because the door is still wide open from when I ran out it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Just in time. Just in time. We got We got to handle the body, Timber. You think you got another one in you? I believe you said you can dispel.
Bryn, are you whispering that to Jimmy or something?
No, that was an out of character comment in the chat just because people were talking.
Okay.
Don't want to disrupt the flow of the narrative.
No, it's all
You
good.
needed someone to dispel something, and you went to Tember? Wow!
You said you
Because
couldn't
that's-
last time.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I remember. The last time you said you could not do the thing.
Oh, I forgot how to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fair.
Did I forget how to do that? Crap. I learned the other thing, didn't I?
Alright. That is on you. You refuse to even tell us what class you are.
I could just imagine Timber looking like horribly confused.
Jimmy, remember you
regular-
could. Asked at the last
regular
one,
source?
and then you said you couldn't.
I'm just a regular sorcerer. I don't know what you mean. So I changed my spells. Sorcerers change their spells. I don't know why.
You don't know that sorcerers don't change their spells.
They
Well, no, they can. I mean,
But
they
Jimmy
can.
literally doesn't know.
Oops. Oops.
So, Timber, you walked into a metaphysical discussion, apparently.
Jimmy told you about the dispelling. Do you think you're up to it?
I'm sorry.
What do you need him to dispel?
Wow.
We need to check if the ritual magic has been worked upon Pohan's body and if it's about to take this building and this block directly out of Sigil and into Elysium, which might be an upgrade, honestly, but it might be a little more traumatic to be in the middle while it happens.
Fair.
I can, but I lean over and just speak to Jimmy. Very quietly.
Okay.
My abilities come from deals, and I don't have that person with me right now.
Jimmy takes a moment to contemplate. Arcana is still not his strong suit.
I can try to change,
Yeah,
but
Kasey frowns. What?
I'm gonna probably piss off someone because I kinda remember how I asked if I could go in your private earlier. That was me switching, and they don't like to be switched in and out quickly.
Well, either we
So
do
I
that.
can, I'm just warning you, I don't know how this is going well.
Alternative is we don't do anything, and we just write off this block or two.
Well, I can try, but I'm going to.
Yeah,
I need to get out of this house because also the person I need to talk to won't show up inside a spell.
Mario.
Fair. First things first, before we start doing all that, let's go check even if it's working on him right now.
Oh, you know what? Real quick,
Someone
Tember, if you want,
is eating.
you didn't get
Yes.
a chance to do that same perception roll. If you're welcome to. If you want.
All right, just a standard perception, or should I do like a nature?
Perception.
Okay. Perception is +6.
No, good God.
Nope.
No.
You're
Jimmy
good.
does point it out as a rhetorical flourish, though. He goes, I'm a little worried that it is already going off because all these weren't dead this morning.
Well,
Are you pointing out the
Wait,
plants
what?
to him?
Yeah, he's pointing at him. He says, normally
What?
it starts to do something weird in the area shortly beforehand.
if
Neither of me noticed that. That's amazing.
So,
it is the effect, then I can pretty much figure out whether or not we're in the radius of it by trying to speak to them.
I'm
Do
going
it.
to. Hang on. I'm going to send you this in Discord, Wilhelm.
Okay.
Because this is super secret based upon your backstory. I don't want the listeners at home to even know.
Secret squirrel stuff going on.
That's how super secret this is.
Knowing
my Claire-
knowing who Tember is affiliated with, this is just like really setting off alarm bells in my head with respect to my out of character guess.
I don't know any of this. This is fine.
Yes. None of you have seen me use clerical abilities yet.
There we go. I sent you a message in Discord, so it's super secret.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can
like-
I
Uh-huh.
Go look at the Discord chat because it's not in the roll 20.
can I make a check to see if it is? If it's that type of thing.
Yes, you may. Investigate the plants.
I'd much rather use nature if possible.
I'll allow it. I will allow it.
Thank you. Because my huntress is very good at nature.
I will allow it. No, and it makes sense in this particular case, so.
He is the very model of a modern major general. Information, vegetable, animal, and mineral.
Oh no, you went there.
I actually do.
That's pretty epic.
My character, for a low intelligence person, his knowledge of nature is ridiculous.
Possibly even redonkulous.
How did we make
Oh,
this
yes.
have a Gilbert and Sullivan reference like this?
Because here at Homebrew
Okay.
RP, we're cultured.
Yeah.
Like a fine bacteria.
That musical centaur gives us this
Oh,
look.
wow.
Yes.
Oh.
Nice roll.
I'm going to do this in Discord again, so it's super secret.
Secret squirrel.
Oh boy.
So much
Now I have to
typing.
figure out how to drag this out for an hour so that this can be the end of the reveal for this session.
Hey, you can drop it and then we can take our break.
Stop.
That's almost a cliffhanger.
True.
Stop.
There you go. Message
Good
sent.
Stop. I can't take the suspense.
So much suspense.
All right, I'm gonna say one word, and then we'll go to break.
We're gonna take a break.
Agreed?
Okay.
All right.
It's gonna be really abrupt,
One word.
everyone watching.
I apologize. This word it has to have that emphasis. Malachi.
And we'll be right back. And we're back following that that very fascinating reveal.
And pardon my reaction, dear audience. I know that was very loud. I am a very loud person, naturally. And I was just excited because
Oh.
Malachi was my out of character guess for who
You
did
say,
this.
you say loud, I say epic. It was an epic reaction. It was awesome.
As
I say
befitting
loud. I say loud too.
the
I say
strength of
loud
the
too,
reveal.
Sam. We'll fix it later. We'll fix it in post. Don't worry.
It's all good. All right, so Tember looks at the plants, looks at the floor, and you guys kind of hear him mutter the word Malachi under his breath.
Hey, Art told me
Who?
about that guy.
Jimmy's looking back and forth.
I know.
Oh.
You know?
Yes.
Do
I-
you? Do,
I
you know about, do you know about the kid that they yeeted into the void? Do you know about the tragedies that happened? Do you know?
Oh.
yes. Yes, I do.
Do you know what happened to Art? Because I've been dying over here.
No.
That 25
I knew
is
that-
Jimmy clearing his throat loudly in your direction. A 25 persuasion throat clear, I believe, draws a lot of attention.
Is that
What are you
aimed
trying
at
to
Timber?
say?
At the two of them having this conversation about a guy they apparently both know.
You want details? Okay.
I think you have to
You're one of
say
those.
that. You can't persuade me of something that you didn't say, fam.
I don't
You have to
know.
Say the word.
The
25,
goal is to
25
draw
says
the
he can.
attention.
I'm sitting over here like, what? What
that-
does that even mean?
Yeah.
I need clarification.
Now he wants to know what you guys are talking about.
What do I contest
There-
that with?
Well, if you want to try and make a deception roll, you can.
I want to contest the persuasion. I don't want to deceive him. I just want to contest the persuasion.
It's
In
too
the
late. You're paying
theory,
attention.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna happen, but
Fail a perception check, maybe?
Hey,
try not to notice.
make a wisdom save. How about that?
Oh no. I think you know I'm not gonna make that.
See if you're wise enough to avoid his throat clearing.
Oh no! Get ready to fail. This is gonna be bad, folks. Place your bets now. How low
You're
can we
just
go?
opening yourself up for the second salvo trying to get out from it.
I mean, to be a 25 persuasion.
It's a pretty good roll.
Yeah. It's not gonna.
Nope.
It's a pretty good bonus. At plus 11, I'm pretty sure I can write an essay with an eyebrow.
I matched his roll. I just don't have a modifier.
Yeah. See, you are put on the spot and uncomfortable enough that you feel like you're obligated to tell him something.
Okay, alright, let's go. Once upon a time in a land far away. And I start dishing the entire story. I regale you with the legend that was Dean Deeper. You're on the edge of your seat the entire time as I tell you about a completely dark pool and a small child that gets thrown into it. And then I proceed to regale you of the history, the legacy, the splendor that was Gary, and the shifting of the axes of the very ground upon which we stood.
Jimmy's following along. He's nodding in the appropriate places.
Ah, yes. Then I proceed to start a sentence and then not finish it.
How far did you get?
Not far enough.
Where did you
Embellish
stop
it.
telling the tale? is the question.
I didn't get far enough, and that bothers you.
You didn't get far enough to tell me who Malachi is? That's kind of at the beginning.
I told you who Malachi is, but I left a lot hanging still.
And Nil
In
wasn't
order
there
to
for a lot of
respond-
that. Nil wasn't there for a lot of that story in person.
Can you please be specific so that I know what Jimmy knows?
Okay, oh my goodness, I gotta actually... Oh,
Go
okay.
from memory. It's been a while. This will be fun.
Oh, go from memory. Me? Me? No. Me? No.
Yeah, you got
Good
this.
job he's not asking. Good job he's not asking me. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
Oh, God. Do you know why I write everything down? Do you really want to know why, what the big secret is? Because I can't remember anything. Okay. I tried to regale you with this story in the way that it was told to me secondhand by the Paladin art. It was told as an epic tale, but I don't exactly remember all the details. All I remember is that there was a child, there were choices that had to be made, and Malachi made the choices, the child was yeeted into the void. And that's all I know, you know?
So,
He meant well, but he did badly.
allow me to summarize. You managed to tell Jimmy essentially the first and most important interaction with Malachi from the story.
Yes.
And after that, it kind of peters off, and you go on about how they all fell into like another plane, and you showed up, and
There
then
was
everything
an
went to
air
shit.
elemental, and there were all sorts of stuff, and then we walked into a building, and then it flipped on its side, and it was just like, whoa, dude.
Okay. Jimmy looks
I guess
over
we're-
at Tember.
I guess we were on the good drugs. I don't know.
Jimmy's attention has turned to Timber. He raises an eyebrow.
Malachi is a dustman. He you've obviously experienced those that have embraced nature and draw power from it. A
Sure.
druid. He's the
Sure.
antithesis.
Ah,
He actually absorbs the life out of things. He gains his abilities by absorbing the life out of nature. As I gesture to the plants,
okay.
he went missing, and there was in his room. The dustman found a few things. Had to about finding a unicorn, about having to go to other planes. So the dustman asked me to find him, to see why he didn't come back. Because as a dustman, his goal was to ascend. I was asked to retrieve my friend, because Malachi is my friend. He disappeared into a different realm. Something about meeting Ao, and he traveled with companions. The best we could understand is after a period of time, he disappeared, but that particular group traveled on a little further, which is when Nil joined them. I don't really know what happened to Malachi exactly. This definitely seems like the sort of effect he would have on normal life. As a matter of fact, there's even a footprint on the ground over there. I don't know if it's him personally. If there's one, there might be more.
Like I said, I don't know what ended up happening to him. Part of the reason I actually showed up was not only to help, was to actually talk to Nil to see if she could point me towards some of her other former companions, so I could work my way back down the chain.
Well, you're welcome to this line of inquiry, but I wouldn't say they.
From Nil's story, he says very hesitantly, as if he's hesitant to dignify what occurred with the word story.
Wow.
Testimony is right out.
Okay. Fair. An attempt was made, and, wasn't that good, but nothing.
It sounds like he's dead. Proper dead. But did you say something about flying into the sky, Nil? I caught something.
Okay, so you know how down is down?
I'm familiar. Well, it's kind of not here, but go on.
And you know how, if there's a pillar, it goes up and down?
Again, less true here, but I'm familiar from my previous experience.
Yeah, so imagine you're in a building and you walk in and the pillars are going up and down. And then the axis shifts so that the door you came out is down. So you have to grab the pillars to avoid falling through the door.
I follow. Is it a metaphor, or
no?
were you in a
This
building
legit
that fell
happened. This actually happened. And then there were air elementals. So you add the unpredictability of air to a shifting axis of gravity, and then you I guess prepare yourself. You brace yourself for the impending cacophony of insanity that's waiting for you outside.
Jimmy's nodding. He looks back to Tember, so it sounds like somebody knocked over the building he was in and he just fell to his death. Kind of a bad way to go out, I guess.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Malachi wasn't normal. And
there was normal. There was normal. Nothing there was normal at all. At all.
I feel like that deserves finger quotes.
He was my friend, so I knew him fairly well. I don't think a building turning sideways would have done him in.
That's fair, and I know dead is not really what it's cracked up to be.
Also, even if he was dead, he would have tried to get back here.
I want to ask...
That wouldn't have necessarily stopped him from...
I want to ask, but somehow I'm not sure I really want to know what goes on behind the dustman's doors.
You probably don't. I don't understand most of it, because I'm not actually a dustman. I just help out from time to time. And death didn't seem an impediment for them.
Jimmy
he was only... Death is... You, of all people, Jimmy, should understand this. There are different levels of death.
No doubt. There's dead and then there's dead. And what I'm getting from this is that a very much undead death druid is working ritual magic in Sigil, killing my friends, using them as murder weapons.
He wasn't
for
undead
reasons.
when I met him.
Become God, who knows? Weird choice, if you ask me.
But part of it doesn't fit him. His devotion to the lady. He would know that this would piss her off.
I hope anybody would know that.
I don't know if he wouldn't really. He doesn't strike me as the type to go out and piss off the lady. Besides, he wouldn't want to be a god. He'd want to be like a lig. That would be more his style. Not really the god of undeath.
He wouldn't plan out all this either. He'd probably stumble into it and just like fail a save and be like, "Oh no, oh no, I meant to save that person, but now I accidentally blew their head up." Yeah, oops. Oops.
Oh no, I actually figured out how to become a god.
He wasn't evil.
He meant well, but he just did poorly.
His very nature just involved absorbing the life essence of living creatures. I mean,
I'm just gonna inhale.
It happens.
Oh, whoop, you're dead.
I mean, it's like people who eat cows or other animals or chicken wings. He just has to absorb the life essence of other things to survive.
Or chicken nuggets.
Just who he is.
Those aren't chicken. Let's not even get into that. It's something else. Don't worry. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Don't look it up.
But either way,
there access to the oosphere. No, don't do it.
There was a trace that somebody walked into this room and left a footprint on the floor that rotted the floorboard underneath it. And killed all the plants in the house.
Oh, and I pointed out that footprint. I actually gestured to it at one point. Yeah. Footprint. But yes.
Huh. Okay. Tember, I have to thank you. Nil, you as well. I have somebody that I can go and bother now instead of the angler.
Third hand, dude. What do you want from me? It was a third-hand retelling of a story that was insane firsthand.
No, it's good. I'm honestly just shocked that you had anything. I didn't expect this would have anything to do with you.
That's the most we've heard about Nil's backstory ever.
Literally ever. And we were there for it.
Do you still talk to any of them? Do you have contact?
Okay, never mind. Do you want to dig into that? Because I'm feeling talkative.
What did you say? We couldn't quite hear what you said there.
Actually, I think Timber's asking you about it right now.
Okay. You know.
Do you have any of them? Do you know how to contact any of the other group?
We all sort of just.
Is there like a messenger spell?
Not really. We weren't really unbound. We were just. I don't know how to say this. Like, we were ripped from each other's company suddenly.
So no.
Have you mentioned any of the other people in that group? I'm just curious. I can't remember.
Art?
Art.
Yes.
Mentioned Art.
I don't know, out of character, I don't know what to say here, because I know the campaign just ended. Like, and I'm trying to say that in character, but I just don't know where to go with it, you know?
Well, we've come to the determination that one of the people from the other campaign is still in Sigil, but you have not mentioned their name.
Okay.
But that's all good.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that I know who it is, because I think I've been here for, months. I would have tried to find someone who knew what happened to them. But I just don't know where to even start.
That's all right. Just I tell you what, just start with answering Timber's question.
I don't have a way to contact them, no. But I don't know if they want to be contacted. I don't know what happened, or I don't know where any of them went. I can find a creature, but I can't find a person.
You can.
So there's a bit of a disconnect.
Hmm. Thank
I
you.
mean-
I wish I knew how to. I was trying to figure out how to get in contact with them to see if they could give us more information about Malachi.
I mean,
Well, Art arrived after Malachi was gone. And he told me things about Malachi that he heard from the party, along with the party.
Well, do you have their names?
Can I just, out of character, go grab the book, please? I should have done this. I don't know why I didn't do it.
Here, I'll help you out. Like, out in space, in the middle of the room, somewhere floating in the air, but from an indeterminate source.
I got it. I got it.
You hear a voice that says, "Go find the revolutionary lead. Lady Alessandra was one of them."
Well, there you go.
Telemachus, Lady Alessandra, the experimentalist, and several other people. I would know about the experimentalist, I think. Maybe. Tink.
Well, I mean, the ghost just gave y'all the name of one and where to find her.
Yeah, but I gotta do this in character, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, the names that I would know, possibly,
So,
to name people in the party, because I was just asked that.
I know, but I did just say that out loud.
I think only
kind of.
the only one that would
Indeterminate source, yeah.
the only one that would still be in Sigil would be a Lady A.
Okay.
The rest wouldn't have. They wouldn't have had a reason to stay here.
Oh, remember Boris?
Boris.
Toria.
Toria.
I don't know. Tink might have actually stayed.
He might have.
He had no real reason to go anywhere. The people he was attached to.
But even
like
if he
Malachi.
did stay, he probably wouldn't have had a reason to make a name for himself.
Oh no, he'd be locked in a back room somewhere that no one knows about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady A had a reason to make a name for herself, and she would have settled in Sigil, and like she joined the Revolutionary League or the Anarchists.
Although if you could find Toria, she would have probably been the most knowledgeable about Malachi. If you could find her.
Well, I believe right now we obviously have a footprint. We can try. I can try to follow this footprint, see if it goes anywhere.
It's just the one.
I mean, I wasn't lying. Like, Bryn literally just, like, told y'all that Lady Alessandra is with the Revolutionary League.
Okay, well, in the short time that Kasey's been in Sigil, has he heard of Lady Alessandra at all?
Fair. Let's do... We'll just do investigation. We'll keep it simple.
Alright.
Okay. You've heard of a bard by that name? You've never met her. You've heard that she has a very unique look. And she apparently has some type of very prestigious lineage that she's a part of. She comes from an extremely powerful bloodline. Don't really know much else.
Hello, did you sneeze? In there.
Well, Kasey stays quiet then.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I was gonna just go bother the dustmen, but since they've sent you out looking, Timber, I guess they won't know much more.
That's fair.
No,
Malik.
though if you would like to, and I gesture towards the words that appeared. To that, perhaps I can go check out Malachi's home, see if there's any signs. If it is him,
The
he's returned.
mausoleum.
When you come back for Godhood, I don't think you swing by your old apartment.
I remember his old apartment got kind of detonated too.
Oh, rip.
Blown up, rebuilt, trashed.
That was a tough one.
Jimmy's staring off into the distance. It's hard to tell what goes on in his head sometimes.
Dark thoughts today, I think.
Mostly. He stands up, puts the sword back where it's supposed to go. Want to have a look before we go, Timber?
Sure. What
Come
planes
on.
have we seen so far?
Shit. Carceri, Abyss,
Not Carceri.
Nah, you're right. I'm gonna pretend that the ghost said that. Fuck, what was it? He pulls out his notebook.
If you pull out your notebook, I'll help you.
Yeah.
The Abyss, Archaron, Arcadia,
Mm.
and Elysium.
Elysium.
Now Elysium.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be another
Okay.
in another day.
I was.
You feel like the
Possibly.
timetable might have been stepped up a bit.
Mm. I don't think Ilem falling into cubes was, proof that he was part of the ritual for Mechanus in as much as he's mostly cubes. He's Mildred.
I will say that, yeah, because the date that was printed on the paper didn't line up with the date that the Elysium murders happened.
Mm-hmm. True fact.
But if your alphabetical theory is correct, then the next one should be open-ended on purpose.
Let me look. Hold on. I got it written down.
She's worked the whole thing out.
You also get the sense, based upon Pohan's death, that the art installations may have been more of a signature than a necessity.
Gehenna.
Gehenna.
They're not doing all the planes. They're skipping.
Are they?
But why? I mean, what exactly is the plane? I mean, Carcerai obviously is a plane, or Carceri, but why isn't that in the list?
It's important. I'm going to say this, especially for those of you who are planar in nature, that a lot of the planes have more than one name.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, I know the ghost brought up Arborea. Arborea is also known as Olympus and Arvandor.
Those are technically two different peaks on one plane, though. Like, the elves know it as Arvandor. people who adhere to the Greek pantheon know it as Olympus, but it's technically 2 different peaks that they inhabit on the first layer of Arborea. So,
although Arborea is actually known as Olympus in the new cosmology. But that's what I mean.
Is it?
Yeah, there's different names now. So
It's not that they're skipping; it's the fact it's going by a different name.
yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I thought we were onto something with the fact they were skipping certain ones, but okay.
No. And I say that because some of you are planar and you would know that. It'd be common knowledge for you.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
So are you going by like their long names and like the Dungeon Master's Guide, like the Olympian Glades of Arborea?
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm just gonna assume none of that was in character.
Well, I mean, you don't generally talk to the DM in character.
No, this is not that.
Unless we're doing the animated version. I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
I guess technically if we get to chat with AO, that's about as close as you're going to get.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Even
Jimmy
AO.
has stood up, he's put his sword back into the sheath where it goes.
Okay.
Hats on the head. How does one find an anarchist?
Fair question.
Quit looking at the rules.
Eh, you got me there. Come on, Tember, let's make sure the place doesn't blow while we're gone.
All right. Okay, so you want me to dispel that?
Just check if it's even working on him first, I guess. I don't know a damn thing about magic. I'm going to level with you.
Out of character, same.
I would like to actually cast a spell.
Uh-oh.
I would like to use Detect Magic.
Okay.
That's a good spell.
Yeah. Alright. On
Yeah, it is.
What are you detecting magic on specifically?
I'm gonna start with Ohan's body and just slowly look around. But
Are we
I
upstairs?
wanna in particular stay long enough so I learn the school of magic.
Are we upstairs now?
Yeah, Jimmy is, and Timber is. You're welcome to have followed along.
Alright, so we're upstairs.
One of me will.
Alright. So we're back upstairs now.
Yes, I'm up there as well.
Alright. So you're casting Detect Magic
Yes.
on Pohan, basically, is what you're focusing on at least.
Yeah, I want to start with that. In particular, I want to see if there are magic on him. What schools? Because I have an idea of what school this would be if it was the explosion.
Okay. Actually, that you get no more radiation of magic off of Pohan's body.
Okay. I will start sweeping my way through to see if it's a location-based effect. In particular, I want to work my way back downstairs to where we found him.
Nothing.
Okay. I don't think there's anything here. We look to be we look to be good. There's nothing, no magical effects that aren't expected. I make sure I do not look down. No matter what, I try not to look beneath the floor.
Yeah, that's gonna glow just a bit.
Just a touch.
That might blind me.
And he still said he's lost in the fields of Elysium, though. I don't know.
Could it be a cry for help?
No. No, that's the same signature.
Like
They've
a
done that
recorded
every
message.
time so far.
So,
Yes, but
Indeed.
do any of you have the memory recall?
Keen mind, yes.
Which character has it?
No.
No? No, something's nibbling at your brain. There is one thing that's different about this versus the others. All the others pointed to a gate town. There was something at the crime scene that pointed to a gate town.
This one doesn't do that.
Not that you've seen. This hasn't really been investigated, though, has it?
What's
No,
the crime
and-
scene or the body? Because
Either
the
or.
two are separate. I came in and then I went back out.
That's what I mean.
So I saw
Nobody
the body.
nobody really investigated this. It was too close to home, which is, normal. But that was the one
mean,
difference so far. Aside from the memer not being present, but the head still did what it was supposed to.
You're welcome to mention this.
I'm trying to figure out if it's because the positioning of the body is what told us about the gate town. So it would need to be the body, not the crime scene itself that Jimmy's currently standing in. It would have to be the body itself.
Possibly.
That's not pointing us to something. So I mentioned this to Jimmy.
Okay, mention it to him. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, all the other crime scenes showed us a gate town. This
Well,
one,
the other ones had been dressed up to look like a plane as well.
This one wasn't that. This one was intentional. Like, they wanted us to know who it was and not really point us to anything. This is all in your head via
Oh,
telepathy.
is
by
it
the way.
telepathy?
Yeah.
We don't have a lot to go off of. Jimmy says this aloud because he doesn't really do telepathy. If there's supposed to be a marker, we don't even know. We have no reference point, you know? I mean, there's the footprint. Some dead plants.
Yeah. And the body's been moved, so we don't have a positioning or.
No, actually we do. Keen
Kasey?
mind, you remember yeah. If she's got keen mind, she's got an eidetic memory, she remembers exactly how the body was laid out.
Well, yeah, but it's not that way now, is it?
No,
You
but
still
you
remember.
could describe it.
Casey's saying that they could take Pohan's body and probably arrange it exactly the way it was.
Hang on.
Yeah.
So,
Hang on.
Thanks
hang
for
on.
the
Can
raid quests and chaos and the 39 people you brought with us. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
Wow. Yeah. Can I get multiple perspectives off of Keen Mind? I
Multiple.
only have my eyes. Right?
Wait, no, you only get your perspective or any additional
what I'm- that's-
external perspective you may be able to achieve, but yeah.
That's my point. I would have needed to use something else because in the previous crime scenes we had to achieve a certain perspective in order to know how things were positioned as far as the plane was concerned. But in like trying to place the body back the way it was, I don't know if that's a good idea.
It might
Maybe
be something. Maybe something in the body.
Do we know, like, if putting the body back triggers anything?
You know
Because
what?
they're placed in those positions for a reason, right? Like, what if it starts ticking?
Like a time bomb?
That would be so.
Well,
That would be so mean, though. Like, if we just like try to put the body back.
I
and
think
it starts
the
ticking.
problem here is everybody loved Pohan and nobody wants to casually investigate
no,
the crime.
okay, no. Technically, Kasey didn't really have that much of a bond with Pohan yet.
There you go.
He kind of like thought he was kind of cool, but he's probably open to going up and, you know, digging around a bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, for the rest of them, to be fair, one of their best friends murdered one of their best friends and then ran away.
Yeah.
You've seen Jimmy having some trouble with that.
Yeah.
I have no attachment to Pohan, and I'm not squeamish. Also, I've got medical training right now.
Would you like to
Just
autopsy
saying.
the food dog?
Yeah, let's go up. Let's do it.
The things
go
you
autopsy the food.
the things you get to say while playing D&D. Would you like to autopsy the food dog?
I know, right?
We are gonna go inspect Pohan.
Would you like to do this in
Yeah.
the brand new kitchen?
Please stay
No.
down here.
No.
You don't want to see this. I say
No,
we
I do
take
not.
it,
We're going
Kasey. I believe we should take that into Kong's room because there's already a mess, and that way we won't make more of a mess.
Yeah, that works. That makes absolute sense. We should
Alright.
do that.
So
And yes, you're right.
Is
You
anyone?
guys should probably not look.
I have to ask: is anyone protesting this before I let them do this?
Like I said, Jimmy knew what he'd probably have to do and was not able to do it or ask anybody to do it. But he understands it to be necessary. The very final indignity would be to go off like a bomb and take out our only house.
That's fair.
Well,
I mean, that is fair.
if you guys want to, you know, not be in the house while we do the autopsy,
This
we'd
is fair.
understand.
This is fair. No, it's all good. So you guys,
No
let's
one said autopsy.
Potopsy. Oh lord. Let's move you guys up to. Let's move you guys up
The
to.
food,
I'll
the
put
foodtopsy.
I'll put Pohan on Kong's bed. There you go. You move you guys up there. So, let's get a. Oh, the master's in on this. All right. Let's get an assisted medical roll, please, for the autopsy of the food dog.
Okay.
Rip. F's in chat, guys.
Once again, something I never thought I'd say: an autopsy of a food dog.
Foodtopsy.
All right.
And it's
Who is performing?
16.
Timber. 16. All
I
right.
assume I am.
Temper.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Thank you, Tember. Everyone keeps getting a rock.
Timber. Yeah.
What have we been saying?
It's like timber.
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 I've been saying timber. I mean,
Timber,
It keep-
right?
Everyone keeps calling him Timber. It's like it's Timber.
I was expecting him to
Temperate.
fall over anyway.
Timber! As a tree falls down.
So, so the master is watching. Kasey's at the foot of the bed, kind of bracing the body, holding it still. Tember takes out a very sharp knife, makes the initial incision down the center point of the food dog. It's a near perfect incision, but rather than kneeling to do the Y shape and peel everything back, crack the ribs to opening everything up. And I'm sorry for anyone watching if that's a horrible description. Bear with me. The body peels open on its own. You step back as it happens. It's an animated procedure almost, and immediately the organs and viscera form 4 layers, and at the very top you see what appears to be hills and streams and the edge of what it looks like an ocean even dropping off into where the body's remains are. Waterfalls begin to pour off in blood, and ironically you get the most beautiful scent of like lilac and jasmine and lavender come off the body, and the head leans up and looks at both of you and once again begins to say those words over and over and over again. I'm lost in the blessed fields. I'm lost in the blessed fields. I'm lost in the blessed fields, over and over again. If anyone would like to take a look deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since that was the goal, you will find the familiar skull mark actually branded into the viscera itself. Like somebody has been in here prior to you opening the body and branded this in. The little skull mark you've seen on all the other murders, right exactly where the gate town of Ecstasy should be.
Now, with Malachi in mind, does the skull seem to have any significance to me?
No more so than the rest of the murders.
Don't want to be there any longer than I need to. I just dipped up there, looked in, looked at it, and I'm out.
Dipped out.
I don't need anything else. I've seen it all. I'm good.
That's fair. That's fair. It's not every day you get to see a foo dog autopsy.
I took a snapshot with my brain. I'm out.
But yeah.
What would happen? What would happen? I say out loud to Tember. If we removed that brand from the body.
I don't know. You thinking cut it off, or?
Yeah. I mean, the obvious answer, cut it out, yeah.
With what?
He has a very sharp knife.
Very sharp knife.
Mm-hmm.
Not as nice as the knives that you got from the pawn shop, but...
That is true.
Or not using those.
Could be. Just saying.
Yeah, you would never want to prepare dinner again. Does this steak taste of food dog to you?
I don't know. Food dog might taste delicious. Who knows?
I assure you, you're the only one that finds that funny.
So, you gonna try and cut the skull brand off?
Well,
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. The head stops speaking when you do, but beyond that, apparently nothing happens.
But
so it's still the
probably
4
really
layer?
free.
Yeah, it's still sitting there like it was.
Well, I'm glad that it stopped talking. That's just, just freaky.
How long did that autopsy take?
Honestly, not too long. 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. Seeing how long my detect magic is.
10. Or no, might be an hour.
No, concentration up to 10.
Ah, yeah.
I want to cast it again.
Alright, detect magic?
Yeah.
Alright. Something's changed. As you start peering at the body, you notice that there's a very, very strong evocation magic that apparently seems to be building up around the body.
Uh-oh.
It only did this when we opened it.
No.
Mm.
I
Everyone get down here.
I'm gonna, if you wanna,
So,
I am.
I don't know if you're watching the stream, but I'm gonna start doing this.
I am going to immediately
Bit of a lag.
kick off here and actually bind to someone else. I do need to draw the symbol, so it's going to take me a round.
I mean,
But I am
the light of your detect magic is filling the room. This thing is about to pop. What are you gonna do? You have 2 seconds.
Oh, I am switching to Karis, Hubris in the blood,
To do what?
and I am going to use the dispelling effect with the touch.
All right. So give me a dex save. Let's see if you can pull this off before it detonates.
Just like running up the stairs, I guess.
Okay, let us see.
You're rebinding under pressure.
I am Dex. Okay.
Can he do it?
This is. We'll see.
This is gonna be messy. All right. You narrowly get it off. Ironically, you with the detect magic are really the only one who realizes how close everyone in this room came to becoming paste. Whether or not you choose to share that is entirely up to you, of course. But you're very aware of how close a call that was. You hit the dispel and the body falls inert. The pieces just kind of plop noisily down on the bed and the floor around your feet.
I yell to myself, never mind.
That was bad. That was bad.
What did you do again?
It was gonna explode.
Okay, so
stopped it, but it was gonna explode.
no, well, I mean, obviously, the spelling thing I get, but that whole little thingy you did just a moment, split second before you did that. What was all that about?
Oh crap!
Yeah, that was weird.
Actually, if you want to go back, I can't bind it in this area of effect of a spell.
Uh-oh. Are we about to retcon and kill everybody?
I refuses to answer the call of a binder who attempts to summon him within the area of an active spell.
Was that an active spell, Church?
Technically, yeah. I tell you what, we're gonna retcon. We're gonna go back to where you have a 5-second time to figure out something else. Ready? I'm gonna start the countdown, starting with 5.
Give us a warning.
3.
Master
2.
did call Nil up there.
Doesn't give any kind of warning. I'm misty stepping out the fucking window, 30 feet out the window.
No.
1.
Yeah, Yeah,
And I'm gonna use
you
Vessel
have-
of Emptiness to also teleport away.
So Master's out the window. Casey's Misty stepping out the window.
Yeah.
Timber is.
I don't care if I take drop damage. It's better than being exploded.
Timber
I'm not
is
gonna-
teleporting. Where are you teleporting, Timber? Randomly?
With my strength score, I'm not gonna make it up the stairs in 5 seconds. It's gonna take me a minute.
I am going out the window, and all it says is unoccupied space. And I can go. I can teleport 20 feet. I have turned into a vessel of emptiness, and I am gone.
All right. So Casey,
there.
you take 4 damage from the fall. Timber, 10 damage. As you slam into the building across the street and you're desperate to move.
I don't do that.
Master, you went out the window, right?
I misty stepped out the window and then I misty step a second time to get to the ground safely, so I don't take damage.
Can you do that twice in a row like that?
I can do it 2 times per long rest, because I'm an Eladrin elf.
I suppose if you did it as the Eladrin race ability, you could do it as a spell-like effect and then cast it as a spell.
It is
Maybe.
a
I don't know.
bonus action, but you only get 1 bonus action per round.
If I can only do it
Oh.
once, I'll do it once and I'll take the fall.
All right. So yeah, don't worry, you're not gonna die or anything. 10 damage. As you land on top of Timber.
Nice squishy landing, nice.
It's basically a big pile of bodies. As you guys hit the ground, the entire building is rocked by a detonation.
Mhm.
Upstairs, you guys obviously aren't missing it. The whole building shakes. The windows all blow out. You can only imagine the damage upstairs at this point. You're not sure what just happened downstairs, you guys.
Flashbacks!
Oh, we're not dead? I thought we were dead.
Flashbacks! 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 I can't handle this! Flashbacks!
I'm sure at this point, like, Prin hasn't made it that far from the building, so she's probably whipping around and, like, looking up to see what happened.
Yeah, you see
One of me
smoke
is in a
coming from the
corner.
building.
One of me is in the corner shaking.
So Nilla's in the corner shaking downstairs. Jimmy, what are you doing?
Well, first thing will be to get Nil out of the building. I had him kind of over near Nil on the
Yeah.
map.
I see you down.
And he needs to check upstairs, but he kind of expects that if anything has gone wrong, it is an open portal to Elysium, and he doesn't know how safe that is to stand next to, honestly. So he's gonna help Nil up, get him outside, and then look back at the building from outside.
Alright, you'll see the smoke rising from the opposite side of the building.
He'll walk around.
Alright. You're actually met as you're making your way around by a very small fire elemental.
Bob!
Bob starts walking beside you, Bob the fire builder.
Oh, Bob, are you okay, Bob?
He's walking along Jimmy. He's like, boss.
Hey, Bob. Jimmy reaches down to kind of lift him up, so it's
I,
easier to catch up.
He hops in your hand, tries to turn down his flame as much as he can. He's still kind of like, he's
That's
like,
why I wear the gloves.
he's like, boss, something blew up.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. We're going to make sure it hasn't killed anybody else.
All right. So yeah, he kind of goes along with you. You make your way around to the back of the building. You see a big dog pile, basically. Tember, the master, Kasey, all just kind of laid out in a big pile on the street, just kind of going, oh, ow. You see Callons' window upstairs, just the window, the frame, and part of the wall just completely blown out. a big mist of red is hanging in the air, and there is just bone and viscera stuck to the building across the street, like embedded into the wall. You even see little shines, little bits of gold and platinum here and there.
Is there a visible active portal to Elysium?
There does not appear to be. Not that you can
Okay.
see, anyway.
Well, Jimmy's doing a head count. Ghost aside, all present and accounted for, so he takes a breath to breathe a sigh of relief.
Okay.
Neil counts exactly one head and is done.
Classic.
I'm not thinking about the Lethal Weapon movie where they clipped the wrong wire, but I'm definitely thinking about it.
I don't think it really needs to be said, but Pohan exploded.
Pohan exploded.
I
I
was
think
worried
we all
about
need.
You think we all need one?
I
And not-
think,
Didn't I say
We all-
autopsy was a bad idea? Didn't I say it?
on the other hand, we did get to see what was going on.
Did we need to?
It did point to the Gate Town ecstasy.
Ecstasy.
If that
Let's get
means
out of
anything.
here. We need to go somewhere where people won't necessarily attach it to you. Because again, there are papers going around the Chanter saying that you caused this and now your roof blew up. It kind of does not look good. I may regret this, but you can come to my place.
Oh.
I am not affiliated with you all. You guys can perhaps come here and we can come up with the game plan, as opposed to the crater and the police coming. And I also will be honest, any police or
Harmonium.
other group that anyone who tries to go in that building right now to check on it is going to have to deal with what's in that basement. And I don't like the odds of that. I like the basement's odds better. I think we need to regroup.
All right. So, before we go too much further, we can keep going, but we are getting past our usual stop point. Do you want to keep going? You want to?
I think it's a decent point. Oh, Master Miss is gonna make me sad for saying that I want to stop.
Well, can we? How about we get back to the safety, and then we call it.
If there's a safe place to go to.
Any at all.
I am going with the one that's not affiliated with all of you, which is why I said my place.
All right.
Jimmy pulls up his hood, takes off the hat and stows it in his bags, pulls up the hood. He stops by the front door. There's a sign on it that says Stapleton Investigative Services.
Yes.
He takes that down and he pops it in the bag.
All right. So,
And
Bob.
after you do this, you feel an invisible hand like sort of rub your back and then trails off.
Jimmy's futzing with his bag a little bit. He says, "Oh, good. We're heading to Timbers." Closes it up.
Never mind. Whatever.
What time of day is it?
About noon.
Okay.
So, you guys are heading to Timbers. Bob the fire builder is coming with you.
Yep.
Hey.
Zill is in the wind. Kong is in the wind. Pohan has shrugged off his mortal coil and detonated. The new player on the field, Malachi, as a potential threat. Also, there's a lady, Alessandra, as a potential contact.
Mm-hmm.
And things are getting a little heavy. words being circulated that you guys are actually the cause of the chaos and death. Lord knows who or what is believing them, but you already know firsthand that others other than you are getting the false publication of the daily chant.
You know what we should do?
Oh, and Ylim.
Counterintel. We need to create a newspaper of our own saying that it's not us, that it's someone else.
I thought you were gonna say take a long rest. Is what I thought you were gonna say, because I'm dying here.
You guys are.
Yeah, I only took a scratch. I mean,
you're on the ropes.
I guess it kind of had a.
Yes, indeed.
Less about abilities and hit points, and more about probably end of your tether as far as what to do.
That's
the
true.
lack of leverage against the very few people that we know we could act against.
Yeah. Yeah, forces are aligning against you. It's I have a feeling it's starting to feel a little desperate.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fair. And intended. Not in a necessarily negative way, but you get the idea. Like I said, I know Paul Han was a rough one.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kong.
Wow, yeah.
Kong being to blame is probably even worse.
Yes.
The return of Malachi was a little disturbing, and of course, the death of Elim.
Yes. I have suffered.
Yes.
I am suffering. I continue to suffer.
You guys have actually. You'll make it to Tember's place unmolested.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, it's midday in Sigil. It's very busy, so you can move through the streets without too much hassle. I will say, you guys handled tonight very well. Even had a near-death experience for a few of you.
Just a little.
Which, hurling yourself out windows to avoid an exploding foo dog is a great climax to the evening.
Yep.
Only in Sigil. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give you guys the level for tonight.
Hey!
Yay!
We did it!
You did it. You earned it. You earned it. You did very good. Proud of you guys
high
as
five
usual.
To thin air. It's fine. High five at thin air. It's perfectly fine.
Definitely. And
Hey.
for those of you who have joined us, are joining us, or will join us in the future, thank you. There's plenty more murder, mystery, and mayhem to come in Sigil Confidential, which is every other Saturday. Next Saturday, the alternating Saturday, we'll of course be returning to our homebrew world of Cairn to pursue the Ortiz adventures in Nether's Deep. And,
Yes.
not this Friday, but next Friday, we'll be rejoining our Star Wars Jewel of Yevon heist here on Homebrew RP. But yes, thank you once again for joining us. Thank you, my lovely players, for doing such a fantastic job and making it so much fun for me, the DM. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Night.